Hi and welcome back to my away game playthrough. This is video 4. So we've just had another traumatic event for the sugar glider whereby his mother and little baby sister have been taken by the vulture, but he's managed to fall and escape. So he's now on his own. Let's see how he goes.
This young glider is resilient, more resilient than any of us could have expected. But the loss of his mother and sister has affected him deeply. The poor Joey cries out, his unique vocalizations expressing his sorrow, but also sending out a signal to his mother and sister. He is alive and will be coming for them.
This was another area where I wasn't sure where to go at first, because the little mushrooms that usually help you are sort of scattered around quite a bit, and your natural instinct would be to climb out of this area, but that's not possible. So the only alternative is to go down into the gully or ravine.
There's no time to lose. The longer the glider's mother and sister are in the clutches of the vulture, the lower their chances of survival. The Joey bounds forward with a new determination to reunite with his family. A peculiar relationship exists between surviving species like sugar gliders and the fungi native to Saviour Island. The fungi seems able to influence these animals in ways researchers have yet to fully comprehend. It's as if an enhanced evolutionary process is at play, one that both strengthens these animals physically and heightens their instincts. Researchers have dubbed this phenomenon fungi symbiosis and continue to explore its effects.
If you see a butterfly nearby that's easy to catch, it's worth getting it, not only for your health meter, but also it is an antidote for any spider bites or things like that.
A whirlpool formed when two opposing currents clash. In this case, two low-lying rivers forced together by seismic shifts. This watery obstruction presents a potentially deadly challenge to the sugar glider.
This bit's quite easy really. You just need to aim and jump onto the log that's the one on the outside of the circle, and that will take you around to the other side of the cave. So jumping onto the log and staying on the log's easy. It's jumping off the other end that's the tricky bit and might land you in the water.
A wealth of amphibians live in these dank caverns, a bona fide feast for our young glider.
This little cave we're coming into now has an abundance of small creatures in it, such as spiders, beetles, lizards. So it's a good place to replenish your health, and it's also a good place to either achieve or make a start on 2 trophies. One is for Master Hunter, which is to kill 10 lizards. You've actually got to hunt them, not just attack and kill them. So just remember that if it doesn't pop, you've got to hunt the lizard. And the other one is Poison Addict, for eating 10 poisonous spiders. Now, I'm not sure if all the spiders in this game are poisonous, but just kill them and eat them, and you won't die. You'll just sort of go through this weird haze for a minute, and then you'll be alright. But it's a good place to start, because you won't get attacked by anything else.
A scarlet king snake. This species is non-venomous but still dangerous to our joey. One of its favorite foods are small mammals like sugar gliders. The joey will have to battle his way past it.
So the snake battle is very similar to the scorpion fight, and in fact the other fights in the game. You just wait till it looks like you're going to be struck, and then you roll to dodge one way or the other, to the left or right. And then in this case with the snake, you have to wait till it's been stunned before you attack. So it's a bit hard to tell sometimes, but if he's got his head near the ground, usually that's fairly safe to attack. Although sometimes he has his head in the air and he looks stunned as well. And you can attack, but what he'll do, like in this video, he'll throw you. And I don't know if you lose much health, at least probably not on easy mode. But other times, if he grabs you and acts like a boa constrictor, you'll die, unfortunately. So just be careful to sort of dodge in an attack and then make sure you get away before that happens.
An impressive victory for our little joey. A tremor from the bowels of the earth sends rocks and streams of water pouring into the gulch. This glider must use all his skills to quickly reach the ground level before the rising water does. The vulture. Against all odds, the glider has managed to track down his flying nemesis, his mother and sister still dangling helplessly from its talons. Time is of the essence. The glider can only hope that his family lives and that somehow he can find a way to rescue them.
I really love the look of this game, and I love the fact that because it's a post-apocalyptic type setting, there's bits of human remains of, machinery and things lying around. And in this section, I was a bit unsure of where to go. As I've mentioned before, there's quite a few sections like that. But if you head towards the man-made objects, that's often the correct way to go. So use that as a guide, as well as the instinct button and the mushrooms.
Evidence of human beings, relics like these of some of our failed attempts at salvation, are scattered across the island. Human beings made countless attempts to maintain a presence on Earth. Sadly, those attempts ended in disaster. The sugar glider appears tiny and fragile next to these remnants of a once advanced and sophisticated civilization. And yet, he has accomplished something in his persistence on Earth that none of us could. The presence of cobwebs can only mean one thing. This is spider territory, and the glider must be on high alert.
So it looks like we're having to follow the spiders, so to speak. This is a really good spot to get the Poison Addict achievement if you don't already have it. The reason being is you will get attacked by spiders, of course, but you usually only get 5, and once you kill them, there's no more coming after that. They don't constantly spawn or anything. So just kill the 5 spiders here and move on to the next little bit, and then another 5, and you should get it.
The sugar glider has eaten the highly venomous black widow spider. Fortunately, this hardy youngster has the strength to survive this mistake. After some brief unpleasantness, he'll recover. Lesson learned. This quick-darting and oversized tarantula would like to make a meal of our Joey. To survive, the glider will have to be quicker still. Arachnids are one of the few creatures able to flourish since the shift. Insect populations have been out of control since many of the species that once fed on them have gone extinct. Spiders have moved in to fill the void. A sad defeat for the glorious animal.
So normally when you glide, you can just drop down a bit and then keep gliding to make sure you get underneath obstacles like this archway. But when I did it here, for some reason the sugar glider died. I have no idea why. And then there was a couple of attempts of me trying to get through this section, so there's a little bit of editing here. When you're gliding, if you see those little clouds of sparkling particles, obviously try and fly through those because you'll get a boost. But usually, if you've got enough power in your glide meter, you'll be okay. So I've edited the video here where I was trying to catch and kill and eat a purple frog, because some animals, if you catch and eat them, you will get a skin for your sugar glider. There's 4 in the game to collect, and I couldn't remember where I got them from the first time I played through. So anyway, I was wrong about the purple frog, but I'll make a separate video about the sugar glider skins.
The glider is growing weak. He'll need food, and soon, if he's to succeed on this quest. The vulture stops on an abandoned human edifice. Nature continues to reclaim what relics humans have left behind, though, curiously, some structures appear less vulnerable to nature's encroachment than others. It is almost as if these structures are somehow being maintained.
So that's where we're headed, up there in the sky. It seems to be impossible to get up there, but we will. It's actually a subway carriage hanging out of the cliff, whereas I thought when I first played this through, I wasn't looking very closely. I thought it was a plane fuselage, but it's actually a subway carriage.
The glider must find a way to scale these ruins. How else is he to track the vulture and rescue his family?
Well, we're not high enough up yet to jump across to the subway car, but while we're in this location, I thought I'd mention that this is a good spot to find some of the rarer insects that you'll need for the collectibles. So ahead of us there's a purple praying mantis that you'll need to know and find, and there's purple frog we saw before is also a rare one, but there is another location to find that one in case you can't get back to where we just were before. Now you'd think you'd be able to jump across from here, but you can't. You've got to go a bit higher still and take the path that the game wants you to take. Now up ahead there's a black scorpion, and that's another one of the rare creatures that you need to know where to find, but there are other locations for that as well. So killing the black scorpion will give you one of the skins that you can collect, but as I said, I'll do a different video about those.
The tenacious Joey continues his quest and is determined to rescue his family. On to the next glide. A sliding log offers the glider an unexpected boost. The vulture appears to have stopped for a breather, the glider's mother and sister still in its clutches. But the pair of marsupials appear alive and well. There's hope. The glider must press on. He may yet be able to save them.
So that jump might take you a couple of tries to get across, but once you've done that, you'll be finished that section, and the story continues in the next video.